You may begin.
So the question is, should people be allowed to challenge books on the First Amendment? What do you guys think?
I feel like as a parent, you should be able to challenge books.
I see where you're coming from, but you have to understand that even though you want to protect your children and you know what's best for them, well, going to school is like kind of expanding your knowledge. So by banning books, you're kind of starting to block it a bit, their knowledge, and then what's really the point of school if you're not going to help learn?
Well, I want my child to be safe and protected from inappropriate content if the book is bad.
Well, yes, I can see where books can be bad and everything, but you have to also understand that that is also a part of life, and kids are going to eventually know it. You can't sugarcoat reality forever, so you might want to, well, I guess it depends a little bit on the age also, and yes, you do know your children best, so I can see where you are coming from. Does anybody want to add anything?
To add to that, if as a teacher to a parent, students or your children typically will learn about this stuff one way or another in life, because if you block it, if you block them from reading books that you're telling them not to, it'll make their curiosity build up, and then they're gonna want to do it and then read the book.
I can see now that they might not have to be sheltered forever, but for now, I don't want them to be reading inappropriate books.
Even though that's a valid point, I feel that also the maturity level could also depend, even on the age. It could also be the maturity level.
Parents do know their kids best, and so I definitely do acknowledge that point. Roshan, from the author perspective, what do you think?
I think people shouldn't be allowed to challenge books since feelings and authors share their feelings into their books. And, that might be different for other people and they might not understand.
So you're saying like that authors put a lot of their heart and work into it, so it would be just like kind of blocking it a bit? But there are some reasons I do think parents should be able to, because, well, I guess some parents do want to shelter their children for a bit, but they have to understand that like it might interfere with religion, and some people like, it just depends on the pretense. If you put it on the pretenses of religion, well, which religion are you going to go with? Like, by blocking one religion, you might be, it's just a little bit difficult. And public schools are like supposed to stay neutral between religion and both. Anybody have anything to add? How about from the perspective of a student?
Okay, so with the religion, I get it, where you're coming from, because there's more than at least probably 3 religions in a class most of the
religion, vulgar language. I can see all of it. Is anybody strong about one, like, reason, yes or no?
I think that I should be able to challenge books because if the books might have bad examples in them, or maybe if it might be too inappropriate for targeted age groups. So I should have to not read it. I should challenge.
Yes, but actually, it's also part of life. So if they say something happens, like say someone moves them in a racist way, they won't know if it's racist or not, or they could take it too hard.
Or they could consider it a joke and they wouldn't be able to really,
Comprehend it.
not really understand it. I think from like the perspective of the teacher, it's kind of hard to be able to know what is proper and what is improper to read or to talk about with kids because the parents are also involved in this, but I think the students have some say in the matter too.
Yeah, I think most of the dangers is like, it's not just about the students, it's about the rest of the community also, because other people might want to read it, but if parents are tempting the board or county to ban a book, they'll get angry protests and responses, and something might even get out.
Yeah, because the public might not agree with the challenge, or maybe somebody else wants to read the book that doesn't have a child or is just interested in the book, but it's banned, so they're unable to. I don't think that's completely fair to them. So
I also agree with that. What I think is that since the teacher's job is to teach, they should be able to teach. They should be able to teach things about life, and not just teaching subjects.
what do you think about that?
Well, I agree with him because if you do just teach about math or English, like that's all they're really going to know about life and racism and bullies and how to deal with that stuff.
And they need to be able to know what to do with spread life.
And it's not like the teachers teach something without actually knowing. So they know what they're talking about and that if it's good or bad to talk with their class because they know the maturity level.
Carla, what do you think about that?
I agree with Naomi that teachers should be teaching more about life. I mean, like, math and English is important, but if kids only learn about that, they won't learn about racism and actual things that are occurring, like things that could affect them, like racism and things that could happen to them, and they won't know what it means. So I think teachers and schools should be giving books like that so they can learn what happens when like racism occurs or things that could happen to them to be sure what's happening.
But you're saying this from the perspective of an author, because you know this. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
So you haven't, like, you had your own counsel in this in a way. So
Yeah.
you know.
But also, like, how would you feel? How would you feel if like one of your books was challenged?
I would feel that there would be that people do have perspectives that different people have feelings toward it, but people should pay attention to it just because of inappropriate content that could be inside the book. There's more to it than just the inappropriate content, the profanity and everything people see in books. There's more to it, like racism that occurs. People could learn from that, and there's more than the things that people read. There's more than words in a book. You need to learn that there's more than inappropriate content people can learn, like the effects of racism and anything that occurs. They can learn more, and then it's not just that.
But like books, I think also hold some of the errors that we've made in the past, or like So I guess books in one way are a good resource to counteract it. So like if you're being bullied and read a book about a kid being bullied and you can see maybe what they did to prevent it, you can use that. But like Roshan had also said, like you put your heart and soul into it as an author. So I think when you challenge it, it might be a bit like, yes, you can see their reasoning, but you still put a lot of work into it. So
Kind of being disrespectful.
yeah, you might feel it as disrespectful, but
Well, how do you feel like, about it as a student? Like, how do you feel about people challenging books?
I feel that some people think like the books are like serious and appropriate, and some students might not understand the books.
I have another question. Like, while we're talking about challenging books, well, people are saying here that kids are, well, that certain age limits and stuff, but what is the right age limit, and like, who chooses the books? Do teachers, do the parents, do the students, do the authors?
And it also depends, like I said a little bit ago about the maturity level,
Yeah.
but also it kind of depends on what the target age group was for the book. Like, for